What is up, everybody? Mark here from Personal Training Biz. The other day, a up-and-coming personal trainer posed a question. This person was not even a legit coach yet, still, in school and working towards becoming one, but was, still doing some work at a health club and bottom line, getting into the industry. And this trainer posed a question, like I said, about prices. And a topic that's very much overthought in our industry. And they asked, how do personal trainers do this? Is it just a set price? Is it, my sessions are this much per session no matter what? Or do you give people a break if they buy 10 at a time, or do packages, or if they commit to 3 a week? How does that work? And a lot of the responses were great. Some not so much, just because I feel that there are a lot of people that try to act tough and they try to act like they've got all this money and their business is in perfect shape, that they're never going to give anybody a break on price, or they're never going to do a quote-unquote deal. And I find that a little bit short-sighted. Now, those of you that have been seeing and hearing my content for years know that I push coaches to go after the right clientele. People in your community that wouldn't really bat an eye at your prices usually. That just gives you better odds of getting hired, because we don't want people that are like, oh my gosh, I can't afford this. And then it just doesn't work out, because you don't want to sit there and try to make a deal or give your service away. I'm never ever going to say that. I don't want you to bring your prices down to where you're not comfortable, but I also want you to think a little bit bigger here. That's why I said it's a little bit short-sighted for someone to say, I never budge on my price. It's just one price and that's the way it is. I think it is a little bit short-sighted. Again, you can do what you want. This is my opinion. Been in it for 21 years and counting, but do some math. Weigh some things. If you're going to be a trainer that wants to charge $100 a session, and you're going to sit there and say that no matter what, I don't budge, but someone comes up to you and says, hey, I like to do your service. I like to be committed. I like to buy 50 sessions up front. Would you do it for 90 per? You're telling me you're going to turn down the money? No, I'm 100 a session. You're not going to take that huge amount of money? Because what we need as coaches is that committed client. That's how we sustain and grow our business. And it's a perfect opportunity to take on a client, get a huge investment from them. They're committed. They just gave you all that money. I mean, do the math. I don't need to tell you what 50 times 90 is. It's $4,500. And it's a committed client. That's what you want. You're going to have a chance to help this person attain the results they desire, because you've got 50 sessions to do it in. And again, you're going to build a great relationship during this time, I hope. And look where that can lead. Because if this person is going to spend $90 a session, they probably know some people that would also spend $90 a session. So again, do the math. Stop. Don't be that person that I charge $150 an hour. I can't believe some people out there are only charging $50. It's hurting, it's killing our industry. Really? Maybe that person that only charges $50 a session has 15 clients that sees this trainer 3 times a week. So that's each client, 15 clients that see their trainer 12 times a month, and it's only $50 a session. They made $108,000 that year. And maybe they bump it up to $55 the next year. They'll make an extra $10,000 that year. So now it's like $118,000. And then the next year they charge $60 a session. It boggles my mind that a lot of coaches are overthinking this, or just so set. This is what it is. You walk in and look at a $100,000 Mercedes, you're telling me that the salesperson might not, when you're like, I don't know, it's a lot of money. I tell you what, today we'll bump this down to 90. Happens in business, guys. I'm not, again, never, don't misunderstand what I'm trying to say here. Yes, I want you to make your odds the best possible to get hired by people that can afford your service, whatever it is you charge. But don't belittle the kid or the trainer that's only charging 50, okay? And don't belittle the trainer that made a deal because some person wanted to buy 50 sessions. It's smart business. Because again, what do we need to sustain and grow our business? Committed people. Okay? So you can decide whatever you want to charge. I ain't going to tell you what I charge. I charge a lot, but I should. I'll be in my 22nd year this summer. Okay? But do some math. Ask yourself how much you want to work. Ask yourself how much money you want to make. And of course, it does depend on where you live, but there's tons of fantastically successful, happy personal trainers only charging $50 a session. And they got themselves 15 winning clients, seeing them 12 times a month, and they're making over 6 figures per year, every year. Okay, something to think about here. It's just on my mind last couple of days since that question got, once I saw the question that got posed and posted. So anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. And there's no wrong answers. I just want you to think a little bit more entrepreneurial. And yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love to hear them. Hit me up privately, of course, if you want. DM, Facebook message, or email away. mark@personaltrainingbiz.com is my email, of course. Thank you so much for the continued support. Thank you for watching and listening today, and we'll talk very soon.